Maria Bell, a powerful manager, saw rising black employee Jason Walker as a threat. Her jealousy led her to frame him, but her plan backfired, exposing her deceit and destroying her career. Meanwhile, Jason's resilience turned him into a celebrated leader. What happened next stunned everyone. Let's start at the beginning. Maria Bell was the epitome of corporate success, or so she liked to think. In her late 40s, she had climbed the corporate ladder with a mix of strategic cunning and sheer determination. With a sharp bob haircut, perfectly tailored suits, and a commanding presence, Maria had built her reputation as a results-driven leader who demanded excellence, both from herself and everyone else. She took pride in running a tight ship, and her team knew better than to question her authority. But underneath the polished exterior was someone deeply insecure. Maria's confidence was built on a fragile foundation of comparison and control. She thrived on being the most accomplished, the most respected, and, above all, the most indispensable person in the room. Anyone who challenged her dominance, especially someone younger, smarter, or, in her eyes, different, threatened her carefully curated image of superiority. When Jason Walker joined the team, it didn't take long for Maria to feel uneasy. At 30, Jason was everything Maria resented: effortlessly brilliant, refreshingly humble, and universally likable. His ability to connect with colleagues, coupled with his innovative problem-solving skills, quickly earned him respect. Clients raved about his professionalism, and his peers eagerly sought his input on projects. Jason's charisma wasn't forced, it was natural, and that made it all the more infuriating to Maria. She dismissed Jason's achievements as mere beginner's luck, but his consistent success became impossible to ignore. Every time he presented a new idea or received praise from upper management, Maria felt her grip on the team slipping. When the company's VP publicly acknowledged Jason's contributions during a quarterly review, Maria's envy turned into something darker. That night, Maria made her decision. Logging into the company's system after hours, she altered the data in a client project Jason was leading. It was subtle enough to seem like an honest mistake, but glaring enough to cast doubt on Jason's abilities. As she closed her laptop, Maria felt a twisted sense of triumph. To her, this wasn't sabotage, it was survival. Little did she know, her plan would unravel her career faster than she could imagine. The morning buzzed with the usual energy as employees settled into their routines, but Maria Bell had a distinct air of confidence about her. She strode into the office with her usual authority, her heels clicking sharply against the polished floor. She greeted colleagues with a curt smile, masking the anticipation bubbling inside her. Today was the day she would finally put Jason Walker in his place. Maria wasted no time heading to HR. With a tone of feigned concern, she explained that she had noticed some discrepancies in a recent project Jason had handled. "It could just be an oversight," she said, her voice tinged with mock diplomacy. "But given the stakes, I thought it best to flag this for an audit." The HR team, accustomed to Maria's authoritative demeanor, took her concerns seriously and agreed to investigate. Jason was caught off guard when HR summoned him for a meeting with his manager. Calm yet perplexed, he entered the room, prepared to defend his work. As questions were posed, Jason provided detailed documentation, explaining every step of his process with clarity. His responses were measured, showcasing his meticulous approach to the project. Meanwhile, Maria hovered nearby, quietly fueling the fire by offering supposed proof, screenshots of the altered data she had planted. However, Maria underestimated the thoroughness of the investigation. The IT team, tasked with verifying the authenticity of the data, soon discovered a glaring anomaly: Maria's after-hours activity in the company's system. The logs painted a clear picture. She had accessed Jason's files and made unauthorized edits late at night. Maria was summoned for questioning. When confronted with the evidence, her composure cracked. Stammering, she claimed her actions were driven by loyalty to the company. "I was just trying to ensure everything was accurate," she insisted, her voice faltering. But HR wasn't buying it. The evidence against her was irrefutable, and her excuses only deepened their skepticism. By the end of the day, Maria's confidence had crumbled. What she thought was a foolproof scheme had backfired spectacularly, leaving her reputation in shreds and her career hanging by a thread. Maria Bell's carefully constructed world crumbled faster than she could have imagined. By Friday afternoon, she was escorted out of the office, her termination swift and unceremonious. The charge: gross misconduct. The HR director's words still echoed in her mind as she packed her things. "Your actions violated the trust of this organization and our team. We cannot tolerate this behavior." But the fallout didn't stop there. The company's legal team, concerned about the broader implications of Maria's actions, dug deeper into her work history. What they found was damning: a pattern of data manipulation stretching back years. Small discrepancies in client reports, questionable adjustments to project metrics, and suspiciously convenient errors in competitor presentations all pointed to a career built on unethical shortcuts. Word of Maria's misconduct spread quickly across the industry. Once regarded as a competent, driven professional, Maria's name became synonymous with deceit. Recruiters who had once pursued her with offers suddenly stopped returning her calls. Her LinkedIn profile, previously buzzing with endorsements and congratulatory messages, went silent. Worse still, former colleagues, emboldened by her downfall, began sharing their stories of her toxic behavior. Instances of bullying, undermining peers, and stealing credit for others' work. Meanwhile, Jason Walker's vindication was a stark contrast to Maria's disgrace. The investigation cleared his name completely, and the company issued a formal apology for the stress he had endured. Colleagues rallied around him, offering words of support and admiration for his professionalism during the ordeal. Even the VP, who had been impressed by Jason's work early on, personally offered him a promotion, citing his resilience and integrity as the qualities the company needed in its leadership. As Maria sat in her now empty apartment, scrolling through the industry news and LinkedIn updates that excluded her entirely, she was forced to confront the harsh truth. Her obsession with control and her willingness to sabotage others had not only ended her career, but destroyed her credibility. Meanwhile, Jason thrived, his rise serving as a testament to the very values Maria had tried to undermine. Months turned into a blur of disappointments for Maria Bell. Once a respected senior manager with an impressive resume, she now found herself scouring job boards late into the night, hoping for a glimmer of opportunity. Every email she sent seemed to vanish into the void. Her name, tarnished by scandal, had become a warning sign for employers wary of potential reputational damage. Desperate, Maria turned to freelance consulting, offering her expertise in project management and corporate strategy. But her past followed her like a shadow. Potential clients either canceled meetings after cursory background checks or questioned her integrity outright. She managed to secure a few short-term gigs, but the pay was meager compared to her previous salary. With mounting bills and dwindling savings, Maria was forced to sell her sleek condo in the city and trade her luxury car for a second-hand sedan. Her new home, a cramped one-bedroom apartment on the outskirts of town, was a far cry from her previous life of comfort and status. The once polished professional now spent her days juggling part-time consulting work and evenings drowning in regret. Social media became her window to the world she had lost, but it was a painful reminder of her fall. She couldn't help but stalk Jason Walker's profile, which brimmed with updates about his achievements. Jason's career had skyrocketed. As a newly promoted director, he had introduced transformative strategies that boosted the company's performance and morale. His story of overcoming adversity had been featured in corporate newsletters, and he had become a sought-after speaker at industry events. Colleagues celebrated him, tagging him in posts praising his leadership and vision. Sitting on her worn couch with her laptop balanced on her knees, Maria scrolled through Jason's latest LinkedIn post about an award he had just received. Bitterness clawed at her as she realized that her relentless ambition, fueled by jealousy and prejudice, had not only destroyed her career, but also isolated her from the very world she once dominated. Jason's rise was now a testament to integrity, a quality Maria had sacrificed in her pursuit of power.